Turnover. Hobbs Eagle basketball 16-2 in the first quarter. Inbound to Pena. And Mountain's going to back up into their half-court defense. They look like we were showing some zone a few minutes ago. Looks like a 1-2-2 now. A little bit of rotation on it, though. Pena will come across to the dribble. Bounce pass to the left wing to Soria, who just checked in. Dumps it to Henderson. He got the ball stripped out of his hands. Deep right corner by Coombs for the Eagles' second turnover. Coombs will bring it to the front court off the dribble. Stop and go as he takes on Clay to the right wing and hands it off to Pack. Pack will try to go baseline with it. Looks like he got hooked from behind. They called the foul on the Eagles. That'll only be the second team foul against the Hobbs squad, and they get the foul call as they charge that to Clay, his first second team foul. Right of the rim now, the inbound for the Knights. Getting it in will be Jaime Renteria. Tries to go backdoor and trying to get up with the layup there was Coombs, stripped by Clay. Looked like he just kind of faced him up and slapped down at the ball. They call the knock on the wrist that time, and Coach Ross, holding his head, didn't like the call whatsoever. He said, hey, my guard was just trying to knock the ball away. And that's a second quick foul, though, against Josiah Clay. Third team foul against the Eagles. Also calling that a shooting foul. It looked like maybe that was what Ross was talking about. It looked like the guy with the ball was kind of going down to the floor, not really coming up with a shooting motion. Thought it should have just been a floor foul. Regardless, free throws coming for Oregon Mountain. The first shot is bouncing around the rim and good. As putting it through is Ethan Coombs, his first shot of the ball game. 16-3 now. They're 1 for 1 from the line. And it looks like a couple of the starters for the Eagles. Pena will take a seat, and so will Henderson to get a breather. On the court for the Eagles in substitution form, Trey Hutchings seeing his first action, and returning also Braddock Beatty. They sent Hutchings back to the table. I guess he didn't check in properly and had to run in and back out. And he obliged the officials. He's wearing a big brace on that left leg tonight. Of course, we also mentioned in the pregame show that Peyton Hodge is not playing in this game. Second shot is up and good for Coombs, 2 for 2 on the line. 16-4, Eagles by 12, 2:15 left first quarter. The bounce pass to the far side. And catching the ball and returning it back is Jordan Casares to Sororia. Tries to throw it back to Casares across the timeline, stolen away. That's the third turnover. Pat coming down the lane, reverse layup with a double clutch left side, no good. Chased down by Turbiates off the deflection. On the far left sideline, his second rebound. Slings it to Soria, cross court right, in the backcourt, double team. Bounce pass in the front court to Beatty, up top, fires a three off the back of the rim, and Pack chases it down in the right block for the rebound. So Pack getting his fourth rebound, the leader for Oregon Mountain off the glass. Still an Eagle 12-point lead with 1:40 left opening quarter. Into the front court, a pass to the guard Coombs, comes to the right wing, stop and go, goes baseline, throws up a runner shot from the right base for about 5 feet out and puts it through. He's got 4, his first bucket though. 16-6, Eagle 10-point lead, 1:25 left opening quarter. Casares with the basketball, slings it across the timeline, stolen on the near side, is picked off on the sideline by Nick Holguin on the right, but then the Eagles tried to get it back, and a slap at the arm. They call the foul against Trey Hutchings, his first, 14th foul, also the fourth turnover for the Eagles, and now a timeout on the court. So it looks like Coach Ross wants to get his team settled down. Still has a double-digit lead. 1:21 left first quarter. Eagles 16, the Knights 6. We're back in 30 seconds. Live on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page.
Clear.
Thank you. Did you get a chance to check YouTube?
I got you back up on YouTube.
What was going on there now?
I think because of the fact that we didn't start right at 5:30, I think it kicked you off, so I had to reset it.
Thank you. Glad you know how to do that.
2, 1, go.
Welcome back live to Task Arena, and we apologize to the YouTube viewers there tonight as they were cut off for a little bit of time there in that first quarter. We got the technology issue taken care of, hopefully. Don't like to make excuses, but we're dealing with electronics, folks. 16-6, the Eagles lead by 10. That's the good news if you're just tuning in now. 1:17 left first quarter after a timeout, Oregon Mountain basketball. In the front court, stop and go for Coombs. Unloads to the right wing to Jaime Renteria. Dumps it to Pack on the free throw line, uses his body, moves into the hole, and backs into the defender, Javen Hernandez. They call the foul on Hernandez, who had just checked in during the timeout. And they'll call him on the foul, so he picks up a quick one, his first. Already the 15th foul on the Eagles. That means double bonus the rest of this quarter, which is 1:06 left in it, and puts Pack on the line. The Knights are 2 for 2 on the charity stripe. Pack yet to score, but does lead the team with 4 rebounds. First shot is up and in and out, no good. So now 2 for 3 on the line of the team. Again, Eagles will play Mayfield tomorrow night. 7 o'clock start on the tip, 6:45 pregame. The Hobbs Lady Eagles at 5:30 before that on our sister station, the Eagle 100.5 radio. And Of course, again on YouTube. Second shot for Pack, little fadeaway look there. He puts it through, 1 of 2 from the line, his first point. And now down to a single-digit lead for the Eagles, 16-7. It looks like another sub checking in for Oregon Mountain. On the court, Nathaniel Pete seeing his first action, just a sophomore. Inbound to Soria, far left side, bounce pass back deep. Coming across with the dribble now is Hutchings. Bounce pass to Hernandez, wide open left corner. Rainbow three and air ball. Long rebound in transition goes Nick Holguin. In the front court, gets stripped from behind, taken away by Soria. That'll be the third turnover for the night. Soria stop and go. Comes down the lane, lost the ball, picks it up. They're going to say he traveled after he got the recovery on it. Had 3 defenders kind of squashing him in that time. And they called the travel. That'll be his, or the team's 5th turnover. He's going to go out on the sub. And returning for the Eagles will be Amari McGahey. Clock stops at 46 seconds left, opening quarter. Eagles by 9. On the baseline is Nick Holguin on the right base. Eagles man-to-man pressure defense. Throws it to the left corner to Pete. Tries to get it back to Holguin off his ankle, though, taken away by the Eagles. And they'll get it into the front court. Shot left wing after the pass. Fade away for Soria on the left wing, no good. Chased down on the right side by Hutchings. He fires the 3, wide open and nails it. Nobody getting out on him that time. That is his first bucket of the ball game, the first or second tray for the Eagles. They lead 19-7, 12-point lead. At the other end, left corner 3 for Pete. He swishes it home. First tray for the Knights. Should mention before, David Hernandez is the man to get the steal for the Eagles previously for the 4th Oregon Mountain turnover. Casares throws a bad pass as he gets double teamed on the near sideline and behind the half-court stripe. That'll be the Eagles' 6th turnover. Ball gets ricocheted around, picked up on a scoop shot before the buzzer by Jaime Renteria down the left lane. Ball comes off the rim and no good, but the horn is going to sound. Pack tried to rebound, but the expiration of the first quarter clock before he had a chance to go back up. Coach Ross ran out of the court. I'm not sure what he was wanting the call on that one there, but Hobbs still getting a 9-point lead at the end of one, 19-10 over Oregon Mountain. We'll take a 60-second break and come back with more Hobbs Eagle Hoops action from Task Arena live on your Hobbs Eagle Network. We're back at Task Arena. I guess they called a timeout there with .5. That's what Coach Ross was wondering about. If they the clock should have expired there. They went ahead and called a late foul on that one. They got Pack on the line. Didn't even think he got the shot off before that. So Pack will get a free throw. He's now 2 for 3, has 2 points. That was the 6th foul on the Eagles. 5 is the double bonus, so he gets 2 regardless here. Second shot is up and a swish. He's got 3 now. And now 19-12. Eagles with .5. They get a deep one to the half court. 3 shot at the buzzer by Pena. Ricochets off the rim. Almost stayed in the cylinder, but bounces out at the last second. So that will be the end of the first quarter. A little confusion in the first. But 19-12 as Pack able to add 2 free throws. Hobbs by 7 over Oregon Mountain. And now we have the end of the first quarter with a 30-second break. Come back with us.
Clear. $15. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Your Hobbs Eagles taking on Oregon Mountain. 19-12, and if you could please check our YouTube feed there back at the station, Tiffany. Getting some people calling in here saying that they might have lost the feed there again, and we apologize for that. HobbsAmerica.com is the backup there for those of you that want to stick with our hometown station there. That will get you the coverage all the way through. YouTube is kind of spotty once we go to another outlet like that. So 19-12, Hobbs by 7 here at the end of the first. Eagles getting the point production from lots of players. 5 have scored so far. 6 for Parker Henderson on 2 for 3 free throw shooting. A couple of buckets too. 4 points apiece for Beatty and Pena, who hit a tray, and 1 for 2 on the line. Trey Hutchings hit a tray as well. He has 3. Jairus Turbiatas the bucket for 2. And for Oregon Mountain, their top scorer was Ethan Coombs with 4. 3 for Nathaniel Pete. 3 points for Pack. Emmett McDaniel had 2. So they've had 4 scores. The Eagles have out-rebounded Oregon Mountain 12-6, so doubling up on the Knights in the first quarter. Hobbs with 2 3-pointers and 1 for Oregon Mountain. Hobbs has had 6 turnovers, though, 6 turnovers and 4 for the Knights. Eagles leading by 7 to start the second quarter. Oregon Mountain basketball. Pass down the left baseline to Washington. He stumble steps, had some pressure coming on by Turbiatas from behind and lost his head. Stumbled forward for the 5th turnover for the Knights. Again, Eagles come in with a 5-1 record. Oregon Mountain at 4-1, currently second in the Max Preps poll. Beatty with the pass to the far left side. Cross court right to the front court to Turbiatas. Had to jump for it and dribbles back to the timeline. Unload to Pena. Pena's going to take his time, sliding right to left, going through his legs. Guarded by Washington, now giving him a cushion, though. Wraparound pass to the right wing to Beatty. Beatty back up top to Pena. A little bit of a matchup zone going on for some of the Oregon Mountain Knights. Back to Beatty on the right wing. Comes up top after a screen from Henderson off the dribble. Goes back door. There's the man to lay it in with 2 hands. Parker Henderson after a nice screen and roll. He's got 8 points and a great pass from Beatty. 21-12, 9-point lead for the Eagles. Long pass to the front court. Pack goes down the right lane, goes up strong, high off the glass, and puts it through off the ricochet. And they're going to call Henderson for biting into him. Henderson had a nice straight arm up in the air that time, but used a little bit of a hip action there for the foul. So Pack will get the bucket. His first actual basket of the ball game now has 5 points. He had 3 free throws out of 4 in the first quarter. And for Henderson, that will be his first personal. First team foul for the Eagles. They had 6 fouls in the first quarter. Make it 7. They had one late with 0.5 seconds. In and out for Pack, no good. Turbiatas underneath the hoop to pull that one down. And Turbiatas now with 3 rebounds. Outlet to half court to Pena, slings it across to Beatty on the right wing. Takes a few dribbles towards the half-court line, and now top of the circle. Crossover against Coombs to the free throw line with the jump stop. Flips it over to McGahey on the left wing. To the righty, dribble to the top of the arc. Gets a screen from Henderson. Handed off to Pena. He'll back it out to the timeline. Knocked out of his hands momentarily. Good hands on the basketball by Venegas. Recovers it. Goes down the left circle, down the lane baseline, and they're going to call the travel. Lost the ball and kind of stumbled forward. Thought might have had a Knight get a piece of that one, but the official said he had control of it, so they called the travel after he stumbled forward. That's the Eagles' 7th turnover. Inbound to the right corner, double team with Turbiatas and McGahey. Ball getting ricocheted around, picked away by Beatty. 6th Knight turnover. Goes back door, high pass, and McGahey off the glass for 2 right side. So McGahey puts it through his first bucket. 23-14 Eagles. At the other end, a big jump stop on the free throw line by McDaniel. Sends it left corner to Venegas. Fade away off the front of the rim, no good. Ball gets kicked around, pinball style, picked up by Henderson. That'll be his 9th rebound. Throws it ahead to McGahey. Again to the right side, reverse, scoop shot. The defender goes to the floor. He looked like he might have been moving around a little bit. We'll have to wait and see what the call is here. There is a foul. They're calling the charge on McGahey. Hobbs Eagle fans are booing that one. So they call that on McGahey. That will go as a turnover as well, the 8th. And the first on McGahey. 2-0 count on the fouls now here in the second quarter. Half-court pass to Coombs in the front court. Now coming down, kicks it to the right base to McDaniel. Runner shot off the back of the rim, no good. Turbiatas, big 360 after the rebound. Keep the defenders out of his way. That's his 4th rebound. Throws it across the timeline to Beatty on the right wing. Spots up a 3 as the defender dropped off. Pack off the front of the rim, no good. Washington with his first rebound underneath. Stop and go dribbles. He comes across the timeline against Turbiatas. Gets a screen from Pack. Shot from the left elbow off the dribble and puts it through. Right through the hole there for Washington, his first points. 23-16, Eagles by 7. Patey's going to slow it up in the backcourt off the dribble now. So he gets it across to Beatty, left wing. Cross court right to McGahey. Jab step. Returns back deep to Pena, right near the Hobbs Eagle feathers there, midcourt. He'll dribble right, slowing it down against Washington. Gets a screen up top from Henderson, decides not to use it. Slides left and throws up a 3 anyway, off the back of the rim, no good. McGahey pulls the rebound down on the right wing. Back up top to Pena for a tray off the side of the rim again on the right side. And the pivot rebound on the left block by Venegas, his first. Bounce pass up ahead to the right wing. Spinning in the paint with the dribble is Coombs. Kick out right to Washington. His 3 off the right rim. We got a battle for the boards, and Henderson tries to come over it to get the ball and kind of folds over the top of the defender who had his butt right in his gut that time, the rebounder, and they call the foul on Henderson. Not much you can do when a little guard puts his butt into you and kind of backs into your stomach, and he tries to move you backwards, kind of like Magic Johnson from those old 80s Lakers. They do call the foul on Henderson. That's his second Eagle team foul. Make it third against Hobbs. And that'll be the inbound left of the rim. A 23-16 ball game is the inbound coming from Coombs. Bounce it back door to Pack, goes in up high off the right glass and scores. That's going to be 7 points for Pack, 23-18. Pena now, 5-point lead, down deep to Henderson, right block, double team, double clutch on the right glass, gets hammered. Ball comes off the left iron, and they got a foul call. Could have been one of two guys down there. Good pass to see him up court. They keep getting it down to Henderson as best they can. And they'll call the foul against Oregon Mountain. That'll be Ray Venegas, his second. First team foul against the Knights. And Henderson back on the line. He is 2 for 3. Made all those free throws in the first quarter. He's got 8 points, leading the Eagles right now. Didn't score against San Angelo last week, but now he's starting to put some in, but misses the free throw. So now he's 2 for 4. Of course, he's averaging 6.8 points a game and 6 rebounds. 70% coming into the contest on the free throw line. And right now sitting at 50%. One more shot for him is up, and it is off the front of the rim. Kind of reverse spin on that. Rebound underneath, pulled down for the Eagles by Hutchings, his second board. Kicks it out to Pena on the left wing with 4:35 remaining in the second. Dribbles a little bit in and throws up a 15-footer as the defender backed off, and he puts it through the hole. Big-time shot for Pena stepping up. He's got 6. And we might have had a violation on the baseline. It looks like the official pointed the line. I thought it was a throwing violation. I think they called it reaching over the line against the Eagles, so they get a team warning on that one. Goes against the team, not the player. Into the front court, dribbling and losing it is Pack in the lane, taken away by Pena. Oregon Mountain 7 turnover. Pena throws it to the left block to Turbiatis, fade away, spin shot at the back of the rim, no good. And Pack rips it down. He gets bited into by an out-of-control Turbiatis. Not the shot itself, but the rebound at least. And they'll call the foul on Turbiatis after Pack picks up another rebound to his name. That's 5 for him to lead the Knights. And Turbiatis, unfortunately, picking up his second foul. That'll be the 4th team foul against the Eagles. They're not putting it on the board yet. Now they're finally getting it up there as one of the officials went to the scores table. I think they were trying to find out who the foul was, and it was Turbiatis. A couple of defenders at the free throw line for the Eagles, matching up with their guards, Hutchings and Casares. Turbiatis trying to block the inbound. Pat gets it and gives it back to Washington. They'll take on Turbiatis through the time stripe. Stop and go with 4:10 left in the half. Pat gets him a screen, dribbles to the right wing, through his legs, behind his back, up top. Resets to Gonzalez, drives the left lane, hippity hop, dumps it left corner to Holguin. Spins left, right, goes to the baseline. Lefty scoop shot off the left rim, no good. Rebound for the Eagles, Pena in transition. That's his first board. He'll slow it down against the defense of Holguin at the timeline. Stop and go, down the lane. Holguin bodies into it with his chest. Pena trying to throw up a half-arcing shot there and just trying to get the looks of the official. I don't know if they're going to call that a shooting foul or not. It's definitely going to be a foul against Holguin, who is octopusing him all the way down the court with the tentacles just coming all over his body that time. That's the first on Holguin, second team foul. And they call that on the floor. The Eagle fans not liking it. They thought he was in the shooting motion there. So Hobbs will get it right at the rim. That'll be Beatty to inbound. Leading by 7. Gets it to Turbiatis on the left elbow. Kick out left. Hutchings for a 3, in and out, no good. Rebound on the right block by Pack for the Knights. And that'll be Pack's 6th rebound. Gives it off to Washington. He'll take on Beatty into the front court on the right wing with 3:35 left, second quarter. Stop and go to the right wing. Backs out, and the handoff to Gonzalez. High arching pass back to the timeline. Stripped up in the air by Pena. 8 turnover for Oregon Mountain. Goes backdoor to Beatty, high in the air with 2 hands. He got hammered from behind. Washington skying high over his head and tried to tomahawk him. And Beatty went to the ground, crumpled up. He'll get 2 free throws on us, smiling as he pops up. That's the good news there. But that's more important news for the Hobbs Eagles. Washington's 3rd personal and the 3rd team foul against the Knights. And he completely just slammed down over the top of Beatty that time. As now Beatty goes to the line. First shot is bounced around the rim, and it almost came off the front, but somehow stayed in and dropped through. He's got 5 points. Eagles have been on the line 8 times, converted 4 for 50%. Beatty came into the contest 1 of 3 for 33%. Misses his second as I say that, no good. And pulled down in the left block for Oregon Mountain by Gonzalez. Flicks it to the far right side of the backcourt. Dribbling across is Popescu. Shot from the left elbow, fade away. He flops, no call. Actually, that was Coombs gets the roll and it goes through. He should have been called for the flop on that one. 6 for Coombs. Long pass the other end. Beatty throws up a 3 on the right side, no good. Back-to-back rebounds on the defensive glass for Gonzalez on the left block, and he gets bumped into quickly. I think Coach McBroom kind of aided on that one. He was right behind the official that time as they called the foul on the rebound by Trey Hutchings, his second. And that is the 15th foul, so that means Oregon Mountain's going to get to march to the other end for 2 free throws. It's a 5-3 foul count in the favor of Oregon Mountain right now. Hobbs leading 26-20 here in the second quarter with 3:04 remaining before the half. Gonzalez will be on the line for the first time tonight. Oregon Mountain 5 of 7 from the charity stripe. They've missed 2 free throws. Most of those free throw shots coming from Ethan Pack, who is 3 of 4. Long breath there for Gonzalez, and just a couple of dribbles, taking a lot of time here. First free throw is up and bouncing around the rim and good. Gonzalez gets in the scorebook, his first point. Oregon Mountain now with 6 scores in this game. The Eagles have 6 as well. Leading score for Hobbs, 8 for Henderson, 6 for Pena. And for Oregon Mountain, it is 7 for Pack and 6 for Coombs. Gonzalez trying to get his second point of the game off a free throw, and it's good. 2 for Gonzalez, 26-22, Hobbs by 4. Lead has been as big as 14 here in the first half, whittled down to 4 now. So Hobbs definitely needs to get some offense going here with 3:04 left in the half. Inbound to Pena on the far left sideline. Getting a trap look here, a 1-3-1. Long pass down to Turbiantes left wing, bounces it back against 2 defenders. Throws it to Pena, gets it back on the left elbow, sails it down to the right corner to Casares. Out to the right wing to Clay. Clay doubles behind his back, double team. Up top to Hutchings with a pivot on the left wing. Trying to back into his defender, dribbles to the top of the arc, crossover move, kick out left to Pena. Backdoor to the left baseline, coming over to Casares. He tries to thread it through to the right corner, and it sails through 2 Hobbs Eagles, trying to get in position to get that one. Ball a little bit too much towards the baseline for the out-of-bounds turnover. That'll be 9 now for the Eagles. Full court pressure D. Long inbound to the far right sideline to McDaniel. He dribbles up the sideline, taking on Casares all the way to the front court right corner, and then returns it back up top to reset to Renteria at the timeline. Crossover move. Clay doing some great D on him. Goes hip to hip all the way to the hole. They call the foul. It's a little bumper cars. And Coach Ross going after the baseline official. Didn't like the call from the top official on that one. Thought it was a little bit too close there. And that will get another 2 free throws on the double bonus as they call that against the Eagles. Josiah Clay, already his 3rd personal. Hobbs now with 13 team fouls in this game. 7 in the first quarter, 6 in the second. The first free throw bouncing off the back of the rim, no good for Jaime Renteria. He's 0 for 1 on the line, trying to get himself in the scorebook. With a 4-point deficit for Oregon Mountain. Both teams with 1 loss on the season. Second shot for Gonzalez, little fade look there, nails it. All 3 free throws he's put through. It's 26-23. Actually, he missed the first one, I should say. 3-point Eagle lead. Into the front court. Jump stop for the Eagles. Casares, cross court left to Pena. He'll drive the lane, pulls back and fires a off-balance shot from the right elbow off the back of the rim. No good. Pack with a big butt with the rebound on the free throw line for the Knights. So Pack has picked up his 7th board, throws into the front court to the left elbow. Caught by Coombs, kicks it out left wing to Gonzalez. Spin to the left corner, spins back up the sideline and chucks it back to the timeline. Reaching for it is Coombs. Jab step, crossover down the lane. Throws a high runner shot at the back of the rim, rolls around and good. Coombs down with 8 points. He's the top scorer now, and a timeout on the court. Hobbs going to talk about it for a minute. 1:44 remaining here in the second. Eagles with just a 1-point lead. 13 coming up for Oregon Mountain to get back in this one. They trail by 1. Come back with us in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Close game here at Tasker Arena. Hobbs had a big 14-point lead in this first half. It's down to 1 now. 26-25 with 1:40 left after the Eagles timeout. They caught the Taskovich band still playing their song there, and the Eagles going to keep playing. They get a pass down to Turbiatis, left baseline, throws up a little half hook, no good. Tip back up and in on the right glass with two hands by Parker Henderson using his 7-foot frame. He's got 10 points to lead the Eagles, up by 3, 28-25. Here comes Oregon Mountain, Pack in the front court, right wing. Hands it off behind to Gonzalez, back to Pack right corner, fires up a three, off the right rim, no good, tipped up in the air, gets knocked around by a few players to beat both teams and pulled down by Gonzalez on the right wing, his third. Bad pass to the left wing, ricochets back to Pack, tries a hook shot, rejected by Turbiatis, gets his own rebound on a fadeaway 10-footer for the left side of the paint. So Pack now has 6 of his 9 points here in the second quarter, now 8 rebounds as well, 28-27. Long ball to the other end. Parker Henderson goes up strong with a double clutch jam off the right rim. And then he points at Pack, who fouled him. Chance for a three-point play. Pack got him in the head. And a beautiful dunk there for Henderson. He's been looking for the ball this whole first half. Definitely the execution of the Eagles to get it to him. So Henderson now with 12 points, 6 of those in this second quarter. 6 in the first, of course, but most of the buckets coming in the second. And they're going to talk to Henderson now about talking to the defender that he kind of pointed at after he got fouled by him. So Pack has picked up his first personal. That's the 14th foul against the Knights. Henderson on the line. He is 2 for 5 and nails the free throw. 13 points for Henderson to lead both teams. Eagles by 4. Long ball down the right wing to McDaniel. Hands it up behind to Gonzalez, or Venegas fires up a three off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound for McGahey for the Eagles on the far left side. That's his second board. Sings it down to the left corner, driving baseline as Beatty goes to the rack, high off the rim, and he runs over the top of his defender. Kind of came out the side of the basket that time. Defender stepped up Gonzalez and let him get run right into there. So Beatty will pick up his first personal, 17th foul against the Eagles, and that'll be also a turnover for Hobbs at number 10 in the game. Eagles 0 by 4, 31-27, down to 31 seconds left here in the second. Inbound of the backcourt, dribbling through his legs, stop and go now on the front side. And a spin for Renteria, top of the arc, double team with Pena and Beatty. He drives the lane, lost the ball ahead of him, just flipped out of his hands. Henderson gets the steal on it, and then gets converged on by Pack and Renteria. Kind of desperation defense that time. Nice pickoff for Henderson. That'll be the 9th turnover for Oregon Mountain. And the foul going to be charged to Jaime Renteria, his first, 15th foul. More importantly, that means double bonus for the Eagles. And Parker Henderson, he's being effective at both ends now. He'll go to the free throw line for some more throws. He'll get 2 on the double bonus. He's 3 for 6 from the line for 50%. Other free throw shooters in this first half, Braddock Beatty 1 of 2 and Pena 1 of 2. Hobbs by 4. Love to add on to that lead right now with 18.8 left in the second. 13 points for Henderson. Misses off the back of the rim, though, on the first one. He's had 4 free throw attempts here in the second quarter, just 1 of 4, so the number is starting to drop a little bit for the big man, but we'll take his double-digit scoring any day. Also, 9 rebounds. He's already getting close to a double-double, 1 more board away. Second shot is up and swish for Henderson. 14 for him, and a 5-point Eagle lead, 32-27. Clock down to 15 seconds. Slowing it down in the backcourt to run the clock a little bit is McDaniel. Brings it across the timeline, a double team with Beatty and McGahey. One-hand bounce pass right wing to Coombs. Drives the lane, lost the ball. Intercepted by Henderson. Oregon Mountain's 10th turnover. Pass down to McGahey, left baseline. Back to Henderson for the double-hand dunk over the right side of the rim. And that's the exclamation point for the first half. 16 points for Henderson as he seals the deal with the double-hand dunk. I believe that is the end of the first half. Looked like they were going to talk to some people there, but no call at the end, so count the bucket as your Hobbs Eagles back up to a 7-point lead at the half, 34-27 over Oregon Mountain. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back with the Hobbs Eagle halftime show live on the radio, Cool 95.7, on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. We've got you back live here at Tasker Arena. Your Hobbs Eagles leading by 7, 34-27 over Oregon Mountain here at the half. I'm Ty Friend along with Evie Stuber on camera, Jessica Friend on the scoreboard, and Tiffany Stuber back at the station. Ron Gunner at the Texaco tournament today. That's where he'll be for the next couple of days. The JAL Panthers boys and girls both in action. Your halftime lead of 7, as many as 14 was the lead in the first half, but Oregon Mountain kind of whittled back that lead somewhat. Hobbs is outscoring Oregon Mountain 19-12 by 7, just like the halftime lead back in the first quarter. And both teams getting 15 points in the second quarter. So that's the difference there, 7 points in both quarters so far. Looking at the scoring first for Oregon Mountain, they do have a couple of guys getting close to double digits. Ethan Pack right now has 9 points and 8 rebounds, so he's a point and 2 boards away from a double-double. In terms of free throw shooting, he is 3 of 5 for 60%. Ethan Coombs has 8 points on 3 buckets, 2 for 2 free throw shooting and a rebound. It's Lenny Washington with a bucket for 2 points. Nathaniel Pete hit a tray for the Knights, their only tray of the first half for 3. Emmett McDaniel hit a bucket for 2, and Julian Gonzalez went 1 of 3, or make it 2 of 3 from the line for 2 points. And Lenny Washington hit a bucket for 2 as well. Renteria 1 of 2 for 1 point. So they had a total of 7 scores in the first half. Oregon Mountain was 8 of 12 from the charity line for 66%, and they had 15 rebounds, as Pack was the leader with 8 and 3 for Julian Gonzalez. Again, Oregon Mountain with only 1 3-pointer in the first half, and they had 10 turnovers, the same amount that the Hobbs Eagles had. On the Hobbs Eagles side of the coin, Parker Henderson leading the squad with 16 points, 10 of those in the second quarter, and he had 9 rebounds too, so he is 1 board away from a double-double, and lots of free throw opportunities for him as well, as he finished up 4 of 8 for 50%. Abraham Pena hit a tray, had another bucket, and 1 for 2 free throw shooting for 6 points and 1 rebound. It was Trey Hutchings on a tray for 3 points. Braddock Beatty had 5 points, 1 of 2 from the line, couple of buckets and a rebound. And Jairus Turbiatis finished with 1 bucket, 2 points, and 4 rebounds. Your Hobbs Eagles 6 of 12 from the line for 50%. Rebounds 19 compared to 15 for Oregon Mountain. And the top boardman was Henderson with 9. 4 for Jairus Turbiatis. Again, Eagles had the same amount of turnovers as the Knights with 10 apiece and had 1 more 3-pointer, 2 compared to 1. Your score at halftime once again, 34-27. Your Eagles working on their 6th win of the season and the 5th for Oregon Mountain. Tomorrow night, the Eagles will take on Mayfield here at Tasker Arena. Pre-game show at 6:45, the tip-off at 7 o'clock, and that will be after the Hobbs Lady Eagles, so probably expect a little bit of delay there. Hobbs will be in action first, the Lady Eagles, and then the boys after that. They'll have 2 JV games at 4:15. The JV boys at the main Tasker court and the JV girls at the same time, 4:15 in the back gym. So lots of basketball tomorrow. Definitely want to spend the time here during the holidays. And don't forget about the holiday tournament starting off on December 26th, the day after, as the day after Christmas, as the Hobbs Eagles will take on Las Cruces High. Kind of a tough start for the tournament there too, so definitely going to be an exciting one. We also mentioned the Albuquerque Metro tournament in January. Eagles will start that tournament against a very tough Volcano Vista team that is the defending state champ. So, again, lots of good basketball to come. 2024 finishing up and into the new year, 2025, with the APS Metro tournament. We'll take another 3-minute break. Get you ready for second half action. You're listening to Hobbs Eagle Hoops on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Ready for second half action here at Tasker Arena. Ty Friend here with you. Evie Stuber on camera, Jessica Friend on the scoreboard, and Tiffany Stuber back at the station. All the Union jobs are covered here on the broadcast tonight as your Eagles lead by 7 over Oregon Mountain 34-27. The Eagles come in with a 5-1 record and Oregon Mountain at 4-1. Hobbs basketball to start the second half. Again, leading scorer Parker Henderson, 16 points and 9 rebounds, 1 board away from a double-double. And for Oregon Mountain, it's Ethan Pack with 9 points and 8 rebounds. He's getting close to a double-double as well. Beatty will hand off to McGahey, top of the circle, kicks it left to Pena. He gets double-teamed, back to McGahey, left corner, fakes a three, cradles it to the left block, up to Henderson, free throw line, fadeaway Jay, and swishes it home, kind of points to his teammates as he puts it through the hole. Big game for Parker Henderson with 18 points. 36-27, a steal at half court by Beatty, 11th turnover for Oregon Mountain, finds Turbiatis left block, his runners off the left of the rim, no good, and Pack picks up a rebound. That's his 9th board. Throws it up ahead, left baseline, a little jumper from the left base from 5 feet out, putting it through on the bouncer. Through the hoop is McDaniel. He's got 4, 36-29. Eagles still by 7. In the front court, Beatty, and getting away with the travel was McGahey that time. Beatty will bounce pass over to Pena on the right wing. Coach McBroom with the other baseline, stomping his foot on that one. Back up top to McGahey. Dribbles right, gives off to Beatty, drives to the right elbow, goes back door to Henderson, high off the glass, right side, no good, tipped around, and a rebound on the left block for Oregon Mountain. That's Coombs' second. Coombs will dribble down the left side of the lane. Lays it up high off the right rim on the finger roll, no good. And McGahey pulls it down on the right block for the Eagles as he's dribbling around to get it up court. It's McGahey with his 3rd board. Over to Beatty on the right wing. Continues down the left side of the lane. Scoop over the front of the rim. It's no good. And the rebound pulled down by Coombs, 2 in a row. He's got 3 total. He'll dribble to the front court, taking on Beatty. Underhands it to Washington, left wing. Screen from Pack up top, drives the right side of the lane, throws himself an alley-oop, comes down to the floor with it. They don't call the travel. Pena takes it away. That'll be an Oregon Mountain 12 turnover. Pena in the front court. Bounce pass back door from left to right, and there's McGahey to lay it in for 2. That's 4 points now for Amari McGahey. 38-29, Eagles by 9. Their biggest lead was 14 in the first half. Ball to the half-court line. Little shake and bake going on for Coombs, taking on Turbiatis to the right wing. Underhands it up top to Pack. Hippity hop, lefty reverse slayup off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound for Turbiatis. That's his 5th board. Does it ahead to Beatty, but overthrows the wide receiver from the football team to the right baseline. Coach Rossum went over there and made an INT. So a turnover for the Eagles. That's number 11. 5:53 left, 3rd quarter. Hobbs up by 9, 38-29. 2-game homestand, the first game of the doubleheader. Tomorrow, of course, Eagles take on Mayfield after the Lady Eagles have a game prior to that. Washington will get the inbound. Stop and go is against McGahey now in the front court, waiting for a screen from Pack on the right wing. Slides and doesn't use it, and then backs out against McGahey. Now Pack's going to reset the screen on a roll. Pass to the right corner. Dribbling up the sideline towards the half court is Coombs. Kicks it back deep to the time strike to McDaniel. Sling it left side to Venegas. Venegas pivots, throws up a fadeaway J. 15-footer off the back of the rim, no good. Henderson rips it down with 2 hands. He's got himself a double-double with 10 rebounds and 18 points. But a bad pass up ahead is picked off by Ethan Coombs. Eagles 12th turnover. Coombs comes down the lane left side, throws it down, and a shot taken by McDaniel off the side of the rim. Long rebound for Beatty into the front court. Flicks it back deep to McGahey coming down the right lane. He lays it up high off the glass and scores. McGahey gets himself in the books again. He's got 6. 4 here in the 3rd quarter, 40-29. Eagles by a double-digit 11-point lead. Pack in the front court. Crossover move. Turns and fires against the double team. They're going to say travel as Henderson and Pena converged on him in the middle of the paint. He's having a discussion with the ref now. He thought he was doing a little hippity-hop look there. But the referee says the 3 bunny hops are not going to be good enough to keep the call to his advantage. So that will be another Oregon Mountain turnover, number 13. Long pass down to McGahey, right corner, had to save it. It was a long ball and taken away by Pack for the Eagles. 13 turnover. Same number for both teams. Up to the right wing, front court off the pass to Coombs. He throws it back to the right wing, and that is Venegas with a fadeaway 3, no good off the iron, and pulled down by the left block by McGahey with his 4th rebound. Sends it over to Pena, far right side. He'll dribble to the middle of the court, comes across the timeline against Washington. 4:15 left, 3rd quarter, 40-29 Eagles. Wraparound pass to the right wing to Casares, or correction, McGahey. Henderson on the right base, down to Beatty in the left corner. Fadeaway 3 out the front of the rim. Tipped around at the top of the arc, taken by Oregon Mountain by McDaniel. Dribbles into the front court, fires up a 3 from the left side and nails it. Boy, almost getting it swatted by Turbiatis. Big tray converted by McDaniel. He's got 7 points, the second tray of the game for Oregon Mountain, and a timeout on the court. They get it back down to single digits, the deficit for Oregon Mountain. Your Eagles still leading 40-31 with 3:54 left, third quarter. Back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Pass up top to Turbiatis, fakes a three with the jab step, kick it over to the right side, and holding it for a second is Hutchings. Cross court left to Pena. Pena back deep. Coming back to get it, Josiah Clay on the right side. Crossover move, comes down the lane with the cradle, fadeaway shot, and good. Barely rolled off the cradle and just kind of tanked it as he faded away on that one. Hutchings has 5 points. Steal for the Eagles on Beatty on the right side of the three-point arc for turner number 14. Beatty will kick it down to the right corner. Hutchings, a nice shake and bake move. They're going to call the travel. Shook a little bit too much that time. Actually, that's Josiah Clay. And that'll be the Eagles' 14th turnover. Delay on the court there. Looks like they're trying to get a sub in. Actually, that was Clay that scored that last bucket. As I try to give that to Hutchings. So Clay with his first score of the ball game. Eagles now with 7 scorers at this point. Eagles by 11, 42-31. The inbound comes to the timeline, coming across with Coombs on the dribble, taking on Turbiatis. 3:05 left, third quarter, 42-31 your score. On the far left sideline, trying to post up Washington with the high pass, knocked out of the hands, and Turbiatis takes it away. Turnover number 15 for the Knights. Up to Pena on the far right side, tries to spin in the lane, got it stuck on his hip as he tried to spin through 2 defenders, and they call the travel. So we'll be Oregon Mountain basketball on the baseline going the other way, and the Eagles have just picked up their 15 turnover. We're starting to see tit for tat going both ways. Both teams with 15 giveaways in this ball game. 2:52 left, third quarter, 42-31, Hobbs by 11. They're going to go with a half-court inbound and stolen. Beatty high in the air like the receiver he is in football, taking away the 16th turnover. Over the right side, a fadeaway for Hutchings off the right rim on the three-pointer and pulled down to the free throw line off the ricochet and in transition off the dribble. Coming across is Coombs, his 4th rebound. At the timeline, kicks it right to Washington, down to the right corner. Gonzalez fires a three hard off the back of the rim. Rebound on the left block and a body foul called against the Eagles. As that ball was pulled down by Ray Venegas on the near the left baseline. The foul going to be charged as the first here in this third quarter. Not many fouls going on in this quarter for the Eagles. That'll be Hutchings' 3rd personal, though. Hobbs had 7 in the first quarter, 7 in the second, just 1 here in the third with 2:30 left. Left to the rim, facing the glass. Oregon Mountain basketball on the left baseline. The bouncer up the baseline got knocked out. So it went from the left to the right side. They'll shift over, and Oregon Mountain ball still. 2:30 left, third quarter, 42-31 the score. Inbounding for Oregon Mountain is Emmett McDaniel. Gets it into Gonzalez, right corner. Flicks it back, same side, right wing to Coombs. Coming up on him closely, Casares, who just checked in. Scoop it back to Washington at the timeline near the scorer's table left. Taking on Beatty, top of the arc. Continues down to the right baseline. Shot from 15 off the side of the rim, no good. And Beatty rips it down on the baseline. His 3rd rebound gets bodied into. Almost got knocked to the floor and sails a pass to the far right side to his teammate to come across with the dribble, Josiah Clay. To Casares on the right wing with 2 minutes remaining. He tried to get it back to him and throws it almost out of bounds. Stolen away by Oregon Mountain. Washington goes down with the sidewinder dunk. He's got 4 points, and the Eagles' 16th turnover. 42-33. Hobbs still by 9. Hippity hop move coming across the timeline is Clay. Shot from the right block on a little quick J, and they're going to say he shuffled his feet. Coach Ross is angry, chases the official up the baseline and says, what's the call for? They're going to call the turnover on that one. That's 17 off the travel. And the fans reacting here at Task Arena, not in a very nice way. 42-33 and a high inbound near midcourt as Washington went up high for it. They're going to say Beatty got his bicep that time and call the foul on Beatty, his second team foul. Hobbs Eagle 9-point lead with 1:39 left, third quarter. A couple of subs going to check in for Oregon Mountain. That includes Anthony Gomez and also coming back Ethan Pack. Pack still 1 rebound and 1 point shy of a double-double to lead the Oregon Mountain Knights. He's got 9 points and 9 rebounds. Of course, still Parker Henderson already at the double-double, 18 points and 10 boards. Inbound back deep to the backcourt for Coombs. He'll be picked up on D by Clay at the timeline. 1:30 left in the third. Stop and go, crossover through his legs, right wing, one-hand bounce pass to Washington, right side. Gets a screen from Pack, doesn't use it. Throws it back up top to reset to Gomez. Kicks it left, driving the lane is Coombs. Coombs goes to the reverse layup, right side, no good. Tipped up over the front of the rim with 2 hands, though. Little fade look. Counted for Venegas, 2 points and 3 rebounds now. 42-35, 7-point Eagle lead. Into the front court, slowing down the dribble. Big spin move for Clay well outside the perimeter. Actually, that was Clay. Scoops over to Casares on the right wing, back deep to the timeline to Hutchings. Or correction, Clay. I'm always getting those two mixed up. Back to Casares at the time stripe again. To Beatty at the handoff. He drives the paint, turns and fires middle of the lane off the back of the rim, and tipped down to the left baseline, pulled down on the rebound by Gomez on his first board. Outlet to the far side, right to Washington. To the right wing front court. Stop and go dribble. Dribbles behind his back. Fadeaway 3. Falls on the flop. No call on that one. Ball's loose at the timeline. Got knocked off a couple of players. Eagles chasing it down. Nice hustle. As coming from the left side of the court all the way to the right was Trey Hutchings and got knocked out of his hands at the last second on the far right sideline. So it will be Hobbs' ball in the front court, leading by 7 and 35 ticks left on the third quarter clock. Some subs coming in for Oregon Mountain. One of their guards returns. And that is Nick Holguin. Inbound to the time stripe. In the front court is Clay. Boy, he gets away with the shove, pushing Venegas away from on D. Dribbles left and hands off to Beatty on the left wing. Comes down the lane to the right baseline. Throws a pass and a fadeaway shot. Air ball by Hutchings. Rebound on the near side, pulled down by Venegas, his fourth. Lost the ball, able to recover. Throws it across the timeline to Gonzalez. Top of the arc. Throws behind him to Venegas. He drives the lane, tries to go up strong with a push shot towards the rim. And boy, big rejection by Henderson. He looked like he was hand on ball. They call the foul. Kind of just like snake bit the basketball. They're going to say got some arm, I guess. The Hobbs Eagles student section not happy about the call either. That's Henderson's third personal, third team foul against the Eagles. And the shooter is actually laughing on the free throw line right now as he's hearing the boos coming from the Hobbs fans. That's Ray Venegas, yet to shoot a free throw in this ball game. I believe this is the first attempt here in the third quarter. They were 8 of 12 at the half, 66%. I don't think either team has shot a free throw here in the second half. Hobbs at the half was 6 of 12 for 50%. Long delay here. I'm not sure what the discussion is. One of the officials at the scores table talking about something, and they're still waiting here. And now Coach Ross is calling over the official that was at the scores table. Still waiting to get the check for the free throws. Clock stop at 11.1 left here in the third. Hobbs up by 7, 42-35. Coach Ross going back to his bench now. Still confusing what the delay was all about. And now it's Venegas' turn for the 2 free throws. First shot is up and good. Nice spin on the ball there. He's got 3 points. They're now 9 of 13 from the charity stripe. Casares going to take a break. And also leaving the court for the Eagles, Trey Hutchings. And checking on is Turbiatis and Pena back on the court. Beatty stays, as well as Clay. One more shot. Venegas trying to go 2 for 2 on the line. It's up and it is good. All 4 of his points here in the third quarter. 2 for 2 on the line. 42-37. Hobbs up by 5 with 10 seconds left in the third. Beatty gets the inbound on the near left side. He's going to take on the defense of Holguin across the time strike. Double team. Throws a hard pass to Pena way ahead of him on that far right sideline. Let him way too much out of bounds on the turnover. That's 17, or make it 18 turnovers here in this ball game so far. 3 seconds left in the third. Hobbs going to match up with everybody here. Do not want to see a long shot to end this third quarter with a slim lead at this point. Both teams with only one loss this season. Ball's bounced into Washington behind the time stripe with 1.2. Fires up a shot as he comes across right side, and it hits the front of the rim. Close to being a tray on that one, but comes off the middle. At the end of three, your Eagles up 42-37, a 5-point lead over Oregon Mountain. Come back with us on 60-second break. You're listening live to Hobbs Eagle Hoops on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. We're back live here at Tasker Arena. The Hobbs Eagles lead by 5 over Oregon Mountain, 42-37. Eagles are outscored in the third quarter, 8-10. So 2 points more for Oregon Mountain, but still Eagles with that 5-point lead. Top scorer still for Hobbs. Parker Henderson with the double-double, 18 points and 10 rebounds. 6 apiece for Amari Magahe and Pena. Either one of those two players scored in the third quarter, though. Beatty with 5, 3 for Hutchings and 2 for Turbiantis. On the Knights side of the coin, nobody in double digits yet, but getting close. Ethan Pack, 9 points and 9 rebounds. Ethan Coombs, 8 points, 4 boards, and Emmett McDaniel, 7 points. 2 trays for both teams at this point. Oregon Mountain basketball to start the fourth, trailing by 5. Driving the right baseline, Washington tries a wraparound pass off the knee of Henderson for the Eagles in the middle of the paint. Gets booted out of bounds off the knee. Also on the court for Hobbs in this third quarter, Trey Hutchings. Magahe's out there as well. Henderson we mentioned, and Pena. Inbound to the left wing. Caught by McDaniel. Throws behind to Washington left side as well. Getting chested up by Pena. One-hand pass back deep to Coombs. Drives the lane. Little runner shot with the right arm. No good off the back of the rim. Ripped down by Henderson for his 11th rebound. Gives it back deep to Magahe in the backcourt. He's going to go 1-1 against Coombs. Throws it across the timeline to Pena on the right wing. He'll back it out to the time stripe with a screen coming from Hutchings and stays near the time stripe. Coming left with the dribble, hand off to Magahe, top of the circle. Flicks it back behind him to Hutchings. Goes left, over to Pena left wing with the jab step. Screen from Henderson, doesn't use it. Down to the left wing to Hutchings. Trying to get some help here. Takes a few dribbles, tries an alley-oop, backdoor left side, and overthrows Henderson. There's a foul call. I think Henderson got shoved out of the way of the pass that time. They get the foul call against Oregon Mountain as they'll charge that. Or did they call Henderson on that one? No, it was him. It was him they got the foul on. So Henderson just picked up his 4th personal. And that'll be the first team foul of the Eagles here in the fourth quarter. Now Coach Ross will have to go to his bench and bring in Braddock Beatty. That'll want Henderson to foul out early in this fourth quarter. And so Henderson will take a seat again. Big production for him tonight. 18 points and 11 rebounds, but 4 fouls, so he might come back here in just a few minutes. Hobbs by 5, 42-37. Here in the fourth quarter. High inbound to the far left sideline. New sub that just checked in to catch that ball was Peel. Throws it ahead across the time zone to the right wing to McDaniel. Over the left side of Washington. Trying to get some rotation. Drives the left elbow. Kicks to the right wing to Venegas. Drives baseline. Leans and shoots and tries to go right into the chest of his defender to the baseline there to the hoop, Hutchings. And little ricochet action there. Call the foul on Hutchings. Ball did not get the rim, but Hutchings now with his 4th personal, 2nd team foul. And that'll bring to the line for Oregon Mountain Ray Venegas, who's perfect, 2 for 2. Shot both of his free throws in the third. They're 10 of 14 as a team so far. First shot is up, and it's a swish. One more coming for Venegas, has 5 points. And also returning for the Knights is Ethan Pack, and he's still hovering around that double-double with that 9 points and 9 rebounds. Eagles go to their bench as well. Coach Ross bringing in Casares. As coming out is Trey Hutchings. 42-38, a 4-point Eagle lead with 6:47 left here in the fourth. Live at Tasker Arena. Second shot is up and switched. Put it through the hole for Venegas. Perfect 4 for 4 on the line tonight. 6 points for him. 42-39, Eagles by 3. Coming across the timeline is Casares. Comes around the right circle. Jump stop, bounce pass to Pena right side. He's going to drive baseline, 15-footer on the way, off the back of the rim, no good. Tipped around, pulled down by Washington, far left sideline. He's got his second board. He'll take the dribble himself up across the time stripe, taking on Beatty, left wing. Hard dribble to the left rack, gets stripped from behind. Nice job for Casares with the help side, and it goes off the knee of Washington, off the nice ricochet slap there by Casares, and that'll be Oregon Mountain's 17th turnover. Full court pressure, inbound to Beatty, though, on the left sideline. He'll come across with the dribble. Spins. Uses up the dribble, though. Dangerous pass on that timeline. And is it brought down by Pena? He slides right to left off the dribble in front of the Taskovich band now. Waiting for a screen from Turbiatis. Doesn't use it. Take it on Pack. Stop and go. Backs it up. Comes down the lane. Hippity hop. Reverse layup. Left side off the glass and scores. He struck at the last second there off the boards and puts it through. He's got 8 points. 44-39. Came into the game averaging 20, but whatever you can get to get that lead increase is what you need in this game. 44-39 the score. Hobbs by 5 with 5:45 remaining. Washington in the front court taking on Turbiatis. Bad pass on the underhand to the timeline. Knocked to the backcourt by Casares, but picked up by the guard. It continues to dribble around the right circle. Does McDaniel. Spins. Pena tries to double team. Gets it away from him near the timeline. Taken by Casares, though. He goes to the rack with a scoop shot left off the glass and scores. Casares with his first bucket thanks to Pena's steal, and the 18th Oregon Mountain turnover. Hobbs by 7. 46-39 with 5:15 remaining. Pat going to the other end. Takes on 2 defenders to the rack. They're going to say a foul on the floor as he tried to split the difference between Casares and Turbiatis right side of the lane. Official points back at the free throw line where the foul occurred. They'll charge that to Turbiatis. That'll be his third personal, third team foul against the Eagles here in the fourth. 3-0 foul count right now. Boy, Coach McBroom's having an earful for the official that made the call. Or no, the other official did not make the call there, but I'm not sure what that was about. They got the foul that they wanted. Long inbound back to the timeline. Jumping forward and bringing it down is Venegas. Kicks it to Washington left baseline. Double team. Returns on the left wing to McDaniel. Again to Washington left block. Double team against him again. Spins and tries to throw it to the right corner. No player out there. I don't know who he saw. He does go to the sideline to the right and out of bounds. 19 turnovers now for Oregon Mountain. 7-point Eagle lead with 5 minutes remaining. Beatty in the backcourt, dribbles and hands it off to Pena left side of the back. And he'll bring it across the timeline off the dribble himself. Near the scores table, right? Yo-yo back and forth. We're going with the bouncer over to Beatty on the left side. Fakes a pass, comes down the lane. Lefty reverse and scores off the left glass. Braddock Beatty with 7. 48-39, a 9-point Eagle lead. At the other end, Washington at the free throw line. Backs into his defender, Turbiatis. Up top to Venegas. Got away with the travel. Fadeaway jumper off the dribble on the right elbow and fires it through. Venegas now with 8 points. A 7-point Eagle lead, though, 4:26 left. Bounce pass backdoor, left to right. Coming from Beatty over to McGahey on the right of the rim. He gets fouled going up. Almost got his head taken off that time. Eagles getting that transition game going, and Oregon Mountain kind of packing a little wind there, not getting up the court quick enough as they call the foul against Emmett McDaniel, his first team foul. I don't think they even had one in the third quarter. That's the first foul of the second half, I believe, for Oregon Mountain. First free throw, though, off the back of the rim for McGahey. He'll get one more, though. That's his first free throw attempt. Eagles, that's their first attempt in the second half. They're 6 of 13 from the line tonight. Second shot is up, bouncing around the rim and good. 7 now for McGahey. And Eagles are probably one of the teams that get the least free throws that I've seen for quite a long time. And some of that has to do with the penetration situation, and Eagles saw a lot of passes inside to Parker Henderson in that first half, giving him an opportunity to get some free throws. But right now they're getting what they need. They lead by 8 over Oregon Mountain, 49-41. We'll take a quick 30-second break and come back with more Hobbs Eagle Hoops on your Hobbs Eagle Network. 49-41, your Eagles lead by 8 over Oregon Mountain. Hobbs coming in with a 5-1 record. Oregon Mountain at 4-1. Of course, Hobbs number 1 on the Max Preps poll this week. Definitely like to add 2 more wins to their total and keep it right solid there at the top spot. I believe this Oregon Mountain team was at number 3. And talking to Coach McBroom before the game, he said that he thinks Hobbs is probably the number 2 team in the state. Thinks that Volcano Vista probably should be the number 1. They don't have enough games under their belt yet to be part of that Max Preps poll, so that's the reason why they're not securing that spot. But they'll get a chance to play each other in January. Both teams will be at the APS Metro Tournament, and guess who the Eagles have to play in the first round? Volcano Vista. I believe that's a 5:15 game that first Tuesday in January. 49-41, Oregon Mountain basketball after a timeout. 4:15 remaining in the game. Eagles by 8. They throw it down long to the right corner to Peel. Down low to Pack. He goes up strong with 2 hands over the right side and puts it through. So Pack now with 11 points, 1 rebound away from a double-double. 49-43, Eagles by 6. In the front court, the pass to Casares from McGahey. Back to Pena on the left side. He's near the Taskovich band. Backs into the official almost. Stop and go dribble to the left baseline. Got to the ball knocked out from behind and a steal in the paint by Nathaniel Peel. That's 19 turnovers for the Eagles. Up ahead to the left wing is Venegas. Gets the ball, gets double teamed, gets around Casares, goes baseline left, reverse lamp on the right, underneath the hoop, and scores off the glass right side. Venegas coming on now. He's got 6 points in the fourth, 10 overall for Oregon Mountain now, trailing by 4. Hobbs up 49-45. In the front court, Casares sails a pass down to McGahey, right corner. Returns to Casares on the right wing. Back to McGahey on the yo-yo passing game. He dribbles to the right elbow. To Beatty in the right corner, drives baseline. Back to McGahey on the give and go. He tries to sling up a sidewinder hook, and he gets his shot swatted out on the baseline. Hobbs basketball facing the rim, right side of the base. And now returning Parker Henderson, who's got to be careful with those 4 fouls. Don't want to go over the back on this potential alley-oop from the baseline. Hobbs by 4 with 3:15 left here in the fourth. Inbounding is Beatty. Looking for a lot of rotation now. Has to chuck it back deep to Turbiatis. Comes down with it, waiting for a guard and hands it. No, doesn't hand it to Pena. He comes down the lane, the right side. A 180 spin down the lane. Coming around the right side of the perimeter that time and scores it home for Hobbs. Turbiatis with 4. At the other end, a 3 on the way and counted on the left side. Wide open was Venegas. His first tray of the ball game and has 13. Third tray for the team. And we've got a shuffle step they're going to call against Pena as he came up to the left wing in the front court and not quite sure if he wanted to take it off or not. They call the foul from behind, and that'll be the Eagles' 20th turnover of the game. Hobbs came into the contest averaging 15 turnovers a contest, so they're 5 above that number. But they still have a 3-point lead, 51-48 with 2:53 remaining here in the fourth. Into the front court, extending the dribble down the lane is Venegas. Fade away for the left block, no good. Big man Parker Henderson pulls the rebound down, his 12. Looks ahead to a breaking Casares with a little finger roll over the front of the rim. It gets knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say last touch by the Eagles. I believe Turbiatis might have tried to get a piece of that on the rebound and went off his fingertips, and it will be Oregon Mountain basketball. So they could tie the ball game with a tray here, 2:39 remaining. They've had 3 trays in the contest so far. McDaniel hit 1. So did Peel earlier. And coming across with the basketball off the dribble is Coombs. To the right elbow. Kicks it down to the right corner. To Holguin. Back up top to the right wing. A 3 for Washington off the back of the rim. In the paint, Pat comes down with it. Tries to spin. He was getting hugged on both ends that time. And I hope it's not against Parker Henderson. If it is, that is going to be his 5th. Yep, it is. Henderson had some words for the official. 15 foul or 5th personal foul against Henderson. He's going to leave the game with 18 points and 12 rebounds, though. Gets a good round of applause from the Hobbs Eagle faithful, putting in some big numbers tonight for Hobbs. We're currently a 3-point lead. That will be the 4th team foul against the Eagles. 1 away from the double bonus. 4-1 foul count right now. Favor of Oregon Mountain. Left baseline, facing the basket, is the inbounder. That is Coombs. Gets it in down low, and leaning and shooting from the left block is Washington to get it to drop through. He's got 6. It's a 1-point Eagle lead. Beatty gets it across the timeline to Casares on the left wing, and Coach Ross wants a timeout. We'll keep it right here, a 30-second timeout for the Eagles. They lead 51-50, 2:10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. One of these 2 teams will finish this game with a 2nd loss of the season. Hobbs hoping to get their record to 6-1. Now, of course, tomorrow, Hobbs will be back here at Tasker Arena as they will take on the Mayfield Trojans. Definitely a good game here for you to check out. Last year, Mayfield won that ball game 45-40. That was in Las Cruces, so revenge factor for the Hobbs Eagles in that game tomorrow night. That will be a 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock start. Part of a doubleheader, though, so not quite sure if that will start right on time because the Lady Eagles will be in action as well. Mayfield comes in with a 4-3 record. They open up the season with a 2-point loss to Del Valle from El Paso. Beat El Paso Bel Air 60-54. So they were 1-1 to start the season, then lost big to Sandia 71-49. That was at home, a 22-point loss. Returned the favor with a win against Rio Grande. That was again at Mayfield, back-to-back home games. They actually had 3 home games in a row. Won that one 51-44. Went to Albuquerque to take on Albuquerque High and got thrashed by 24. Beat Belen 54-48 by 6. And their game just a few nights ago on the 14th, beating Goddard at the Hub City Tournament 48-31, a 17-point victory. And they are again 4-3 on the season. I believe they were like 6-12 last year overall. Did not make the playoffs. 51-50 back here in this one. Hobbs basketball after a timeout. Payne on the right wing gets some tough pressure being applied by Coombs. Unloads down to the right corner to Hutchings and returns back deep to Pena on that far right sideline. Eagles trying to run some clock. Pena's going to drive the lane with a windmill layup on the right side. No good. Coming down with it is Washington on the left block. His 3rd rebound. He'll take the dribble himself and slow it down. Pena will pick him up at the time stripe. 1:40 remaining here in the 4th. Hobbs by 1, 51-50. Into the front court, Washington underhands it to the right wing to Coombs. Over to the left side. Getting it is Venegas and returns back deep to Washington at the half-court stripe, picked up by Hutchings. Hutchings right on his hip now and then backs away from him to give him a cushion with 1:20. Coach Ross is out on the court on the other end, showing some defensive stances out there. He's very well known for that at Texas Tech and playing around the world. The pass down to the left corner. Venegas fakes a 3, drives baseline left side, tries to scoop it back to his teammate coming down the lane. From underneath the hoop, they call the push foul. Wasn't a shooting situation, but that could be a double bonus. Yep, number 5 for the team. As they get the foul on the Eagles on that one. I think we just had a foul out as well. Trey Hutchings has just picked up his 5th personal. He finishes up with 3 points in the game and 2 rebounds. And that's going to send to the line Venegas, who is perfect, not the guy you want to see right now, 4 for 4. He's got 9 points here in the second half, 13 overall. So big free throws coming for Venegas. He could get both of them and lead for this Oregon Mountain squad. Hobbs is up 19-12 at the end of the first, 34-27 at the end of the second halftime, and up 42-37 at the end of the third. So they've had single-digit leads at the end of each quarter. And the first free throw looked like it was going to pop out, but it stays in somehow for the first one good. Venegas now perfect 5 for 5. 14 points on the board for him. And could take a lead here for the first time in the ball game. Off the back of the rim, though, no good. Rebound by McGahey. Outside the paint on the right side as McGahey picks up his 5th rebound. Throws it ahead to Beatty, left wing. Slings it down to Turbiatis, left corner, behind to Pena, left side. His fadeaway off balance off the front of the rim, no good. Coming down with it, the Eagles. Clay tries to lean to the hoop and gets kind of sideswiped. Lost the ball behind him. They're going to say he was in the shooting motion, though. He'll get some free throws, although it looks like one official pointing to the baseline. They are going to call the foul regardless against Washington. He's got to be careful now. He's got 4 personals. Second team foul. It'll be Hobbs' ball facing the glass left of the baseline now as Beatty will inbound with a tie ball game, 51 all. Hobbs has scored 9 in this quarter. 14 for Oregon Mountain. A pass inside to McGahey. He'll shoot from the left of the paint and puts it down on a 10-footer. Big bucket for Amari McGahey. He's got 9. 2-point lead. At the other end, a 3 on the way for Venegas off the left rim, no good. Diving on the floor is Turbiatis in the left corner. Is he going to get the timeout? He got double teamed. They called the jump instead. Thought he had got the timeout call. Coach Ross screaming from the other baseline. The arrow's going to go to the Eagles regardless, so they're going to get the benefit of the doubt here, either a timeout or the ball with the jump. If he had possession, Coach McBroom out on the court to talk to the official about this. Coach Ross is running up to the half-court line. He wants to know what the call is. He's tapping one of the refs on the back, trying to get his attention. The referee's trying to tell him to go back to the baseline, but one coach gets to talk to the refs. The other one isn't at this point. Coach Ross goes to the scores table. He's being told to go back to the baseline now. Still don't know what the call is. We got teams at the benches, but do they call the jump? Do they call? I saw one official signal a jump, but I'm not sure if they got the timeout call as well. Regardless, stoppage of action here. 42 seconds remaining. Your Eagles up 53-51 over Oregon Mountain. We'll take a quick 30-second break and try to figure out what's going on here at Task Arena. Stay with us.
Clear.
During the whole timeout, part of the reffing staff talking to Coach Ross. Now he's getting a chance to get his play board out here. Not a lot of time for that marker board to be used because the buzzer's already sounding, and the team wants to know what to do. They lead by 2, 53-51. Once again, the question was, guys were diving on the floor. Turbiatos had a hand on it. We saw one official show a jump ball, and the question was whether or not they granted a timeout before that or not with a loose ball, but it looks like Hobbs basketball regardless. And it will be Beatty on the backcourt on the baseline, left of the rim, and bounces it into Turbiatos. Back to Beatty deep, looking for some help. Sends it over to the left side. Still in the backcourt is Clay. Spins around his defender now in the front court with 33 seconds. To the left sideline, hands it off to Beatty. Beatty gets through 2 defenders. Shot from the left elbow. In and out, no good. Ripped out underneath the hoop as it's pulled down by Venegas. His 5th rebound. Sends it back to his guard to bring it across. And that will be Coombs. Stop and go, dribble to the right wing, down the right side of the lane. A runner shot, runs over to Pena, and we've got a charge. Coombs completely flattened Pena, and looks like he got the worst of the brunt that time as he's getting a few seconds on the court trying to get himself lifted up. He's just going to stay there. Great job for Pena to step up to take a massive charge right to the lane to stop a layup. And that's going to go against Coombs, only his first, 3rd team foul. That'll also be a turnover number 20 for Oregon Mountain. So Hobbs has a 2-point lead with 15 seconds remaining, 53-51 your score. 104 points on the board tonight, not a bunch of scoring, but it's been a back and forth affair. Eagles have had single-digit leads at the end of each quarters, 7, 7, and 5. And right now just a 2-point lead, so this Oregon Mountain team has whittled away quite consistently. So getting everybody sorted out here after the timeout, and it's going to be Hobbs basketball, and the foul was called just before that. 5 fouls on Hobbs, 3 on Oregon Mountain, so they've got 1 to give up here if they need one. Beatty will inbound on the right baseline if you're facing the glass. Full court pressure defense, inbound on the left side. Hard dribble for Clay, tries to get through 2 defenders on a weave dribble, get through 2 of them, and then gets pushed in the back. They stop the clock near the half-court line. He got across into the front court as they get the foul against Emmett McDaniel, his second 4-team foul. 1 away from the double bonus, 13.3 remaining, Hobbs by 2. Just across the half-court line on the left side. Beatty to get it back to the time stripe in the backcourt to Pena, who gets chested up quickly to stop the clock. And a foul going to be called against Emmett McDaniel again, his 3rd, 15 foul. There's the man you want to shoot free throws. Abraham Pena, 1 of 2 in the game, at least tonight. Came into the contest shooting 95%. He was 22 of 23 up to this game. Trying to get the 2 free throws to put this into a double possession situation. Up by 2. First shot is up, and a switch for Pena. Abraham Pena, not a lot of scoring tonight, has 9 points, his lowest of the season, but pretty critical free throws here as Hobbs now up by 3, 54-51, 11.6 remaining. 2 for 3 from the line. He could go double digits with this free throw and does. A swish. 10 points for Pena. And a more importantly, 2-possession game, 55-51, down to 8 seconds. In the front court, Washington dribbles across the timeline to the right side, stops in front of Beatty and calls a timeout. Wants to have a little strategy session with Coach McBroom. We'll take a break as well. 7.3 remaining, 4th quarter. Hobbs 55, Oregon Mountain 51. Which team will be 2 losses after this game? Hopefully it's not going to be the Hobbs Eagles. Come back with us in 30. Close ball game here at Tasker Arena. The Hobbs Eagles, first game of a two-game stand here at home. 55-51 over Oregon Mountain, a 4-point lead. As Hobbs hopefully getting that 6th win of the season. Oregon Mountain just 4-1 at this point. Hobbs at 5-1. Again, Eagles will be back home tomorrow night against Mayfield. 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock tip-off. Right after the Hobbs Lady Eagles play first. A couple of JV games before that at 4:15. Eagles going to play some B. The inbound to Pack on the right wing. Dumps it to the right corner. Driving baseline is McDaniel. Goes to the rack. And he gets it over to Pack. Or actually, no, he takes the shot. I thought he was passing there. And we got was there a foul call or what? It looks like everybody bunched up here. So the basket's good. A little confusion there as the guard was actually going up to the ref. Wanted to know what the call was. McDaniel, they're going to count the basket. That's his 9th point. And you'll get, now there's a timeout on the court. A couple of Hobbs Eagle players now, Turbiatis and McGahey, want to know what the call was too. So I believe they count the basket. Yes, they did. So 2 points put in the books for McDaniel. He's got 9, 55-53, and I believe he's going to shoot 1 free throw. I'm going to double check it to see who they got that foul on. It's like who's up on the board. Looks like Amare McGahey got his 2nd personal. That is the 15th foul. That will be a double bonus the rest of this quarter and the game for that matter. 5 fouls on both teams, actually 6 against the Eagles. We'll keep it right here. Again, don't forget tomorrow night we got that Mayfield game. Definitely one you want to watch or listen to, radio or the internet, because last year Mayfield won that game 45-40. At halftime, Mayfield was up 20-11. Hobbs only had 3 points in the first quarter, 8 in the second, so very low production in that first half with just a total of 11. Eagles outscored Mayfield 18-11 in the third, but then Mayfield had 3 more points in the fourth, 25 in the second half and 29 for the Eagles, but not enough. They were down at halftime by 9, so they couldn't get back in that one, and therefore they were defeated on the road. Braylon Vega with 12 in that game. Abraham Pena had 16, and J.R.S. Turbiatis finished with 8. On the line for Oregon Mountain after the timeout, trying for a 3-point play as McDaniel misses out the front of the rim, put back up by Pack, it's no good. Ball comes off the iron again, and Turbiatis with the rebound. That is the ball game. It was a close one, and the Eagles dodging a bullet there. Pack had a chance to tie up the ball game, but Turbiatis gets his 6th rebound to seal the deal. And by the way, that rebound by Pack got him into a double-double for the Oregon Mountain Knights. But the Hobbs Eagles get the victory. 55-53 over Oregon Mountain. The Eagles are now 6-1 on the season, and the second loss for the Knights. They dropped to 4-2. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back with the Hobbs Eagle postgame show live on the radio, Cool 95.7, on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. as we just got a big win for the Hobbs Eagles in this one, 55-53 over Oregon Mountain, as Hobbs improves to 6-1 on the season. Oregon Mountain drops to 4-2. Let's look at the scoring in the first half, or let me say the game instead here in the postgame show. Ray Venegas, the only guy, or one of the only guys in double digits tonight. He had 14 points and 5 rebounds in the game. From the free throw line, he was 5 of 6, and a majority of his points, 9 of those in the second half of action. Ethan Pack got himself a double-double with 11 points and 10 rebounds in the game, and he was also 3 of 5 from the charity stripe. One other guy getting close to double digits, Emma McDaniel, he finished with 9 points, including a tray and 1 rebound. Lenny Washington with 6 points on 3 rebounds. It was Nathaniel Pete getting one of the 3 trays for, or Peel, I should say, for the Oregon Mountain Knights. He finished with 3. It was 2 for 3 free throw shooting for Julian Gonzalez for 2 points, and Jaime Renteria went 1 for 2 from the line for 1 point. They finished up with 8 scores in the game. They were 13 of 19 from the free throw line for 68%, had 20 turnovers, the same amount that the Hobbs Eagles did, and they were out-rebounded by the Eagles by 1, 29-28. Top rebounder was Pack with 10, 5 for Venegas, Gonzalez, and Washington, both getting 3 apiece. And Coombs actually had 4 for Oregon Mountain. Looking at the Hobbs Eagles numbers tonight, 18 points for Parker Henderson, also a double-double with those 12 rebounds, and a lot of free throw opportunities as well. He went 4 of 8 from the charity stripe. 10 points for Abraham Pena. He was 3 of 4 from the line, had a rebound in the contest. Amari McGahey finished with 9 points. He was 1 of 2 from the line and had 5 rebounds. Braddock Beatty was 7 points, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe and 3 boards. Jairus Turbiatis with 4 points and 6 rebounds. Trey Hutchings got a 3-point shot to go through, had 2 rebounds as well. And wrapping up the scoring, Jordan Casares with a bucket for 2, and Josiah Clay hit 1 for 2 as well. So your Hobbs Eagles, also with 8 scores in this game, had 1 more rebound than Oregon Mountain, 29-28, led by the 12 boards for Parker Henderson. 6 for Turbiatis, 5 for McGahey, and 3 for Beatty. Eagles were 9 of 16 from the charity stripe for 56%, and they had only 2 3-pointers in the game compared to 3 for Oregon Mountain. Eagles led by 7 points after the first quarter, 19-12. Both teams scored 15 in the second quarter. Hobbs holding on to a 7-point lead at the half, 34-27. Eagles were outscored in the third quarter, 10-8. And we're still up at the end of the third, 42-37. And the final quarter of the ball game, Eagles were outscored 16-13, but still held on to that 55-53 win. So big contest victory for the Eagles. Tomorrow night they'll play here at Task Arena against Mayfield. And that's going to be after the Hobbs Lady Eagles take the court. Their game will start at 5:30 on our sister station, the Eagle 100.5, and also on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. And then the Hobbs boys, approximate 6:45 pregame show, the tip-off at 7 o'clock. There'll be a bunch of JV games as well, both at 4:15. The JV boys for Hobbs will be here on the main court, and the Hobbs JV girls in the backcourt there at Task Arena. Hope you enjoyed the game tonight as your Hobbs Eagles get that 6th win of the season. Again, final score, 55-53 over Oregon Mountain. I'd like to thank Evie Stuber on camera tonight, for Jessica Friend on the scoreboard, and Tiffany Stuber back at the station. Thanks for joining in tonight here at Tasker. We'll be back tonight once again. Have a great rest of a Thursday night out there.
You're clear.
Thanks a lot, Tiff.
Welcome.
Have a good one.
You too.